all, it's Emily Rand with ESPN Esports, and currently I am joined by 100T jungler Meteos, so thank you for joining me today. What precipitated your return to 100 Thieves? Just because when you left, I'm not going to say it was like necessarily a bad departure, but it was a bit awkward with the trade. So talk me through how you ended up back on the team.
Yeah, well, leaving the team was definitely weird. That's the first time I've been traded without really knowing about it. But as far as rejoining, I just remember during the off season, Papa Smithy had his big announcement that he was leaving casting and he was going to be the GM of 100 Thieves, and I was just remember thinking like, dang, like I wish he was there when I was on the team. And then during the off season, my contract ran up with Optic, and so I went into free agency, and I had a pretty good amount of offers. I talked to a lot of different teams, and 100 Thieves was one of the ones that reached out to me. And during the off season, it's always really weird because you don't really know who you're going to be playing with on a team because, there's always different rumors on Reddit about like who's going where. And even just from the pro player side, it's kind of the same. You might know a little bit more than the general public, but you still don't really know who's going to be on each team. And so what I did know is for 100 Thieves, they had like Papa Smithy as the GM and then Zix as the coach. And I thought those were probably, the best GM coach combo you could have pretty much. So that was definitely one thing that drew me to it, along with the fact that I really like the brand 100 Thieves. I think it's just super cool. I think their apparel's nice, and just I like the image that they have. So I definitely think that was a big part that drew me toward it. And then also, I still have like so many friends within the org. A lot of the people on the content team, they're just really smart people that I'm friends with. So pretty much just seemed like a good opportunity, and thought it'd be fun.
All right. And then Papa Smithy has said in other interviews that he wanted to go to Europe because he knew that you guys would get like really good consistent practice there, as opposed to going to Korea where you might not be able to find as many scrims. How was your European boot camp, and do you think that getting consistent, like strong practice across the board is something you guys achieved by going there?
I do think after the fact, the Denmark boot camp was really good. It was something that when I heard we were going to Denmark for boot camp, I was pretty hesitant about because I've been to Europe, I think, 6 times, including that trip. And that was like the first time I actually had fun in Europe. Like usually every time I go, whether it's for like an international tournament or something, it's like the stars, whatever the opposite of aligning is, it's just everything goes wrong. It's a disaster. So when I heard we were going to Europe, I wasn't super stoked about it, but it ended up being really good. So like, props to Papa Smithy for seeing that. When we did get pretty good practice, we scrimmed against a lot of the LEC teams. We didn't get to play against G2 or Fnatic because I think they were like on break or something. That would have been cool, but we played against a lot of really good players, and the solo queue was really good too. I had some bad experiences with EU solo queue because there's like, people say it's toxic, but surprisingly, it was really, really good when I was there. It might have just been because I was duo with Ryoma for most of the games, and we were winning a lot, so people weren't toxic, but no, it was really strange to me. It was just like all my expectations were surpassed greatly by going there, and I had a really good time.
Nice. Yeah, you talked about doing with Ryoma in the actual like 100 Thieves content as well. And throughout your career, one of the things you've reiterated to me, and then also in other interviews, is that you really care about like the camaraderie of the team, or like how well the team gets along. I know it's something that Tony is also really is something he wants to have on a team that he coaches. So how well does this team, I know it's like really early on, you guys have only been through one boot camp and maybe a few scrims here, but how well does this team get along right now?
So far, it seems like everyone's really friendly on the team, so it's been super chill. Everyone's, pretty easygoing, so there hasn't been any like heated arguments or people being divas or just like any like super uncomfortableness going around. So, so far it's been really good. Obviously, I feel like teams always have to get tested when LCS starts. Like, you're inevitably going to lose some games, and it's going to be about how well you can bounce back from that. But so I'm pretty optimistic about this team. I think it's a good lineup, and so far, like, everyone's really, really easy to get along with.
I think the player that people know the least about is Ryoma. So talk to me a bit about him and how well he's meshing with the team.
Yeah, so Ryoma's a player that I didn't really know at all before, Papa Smithy introduced me to him. And he surprised me a lot in that he's pretty young. He's only 20, and he comes from OPL, so like the Australian region, which it's a smaller region. So definitely there's a lot of team like oriented things that he doesn't know yet. But he's very good mechanically, and he's like, extremely hardworking, nice guy. So yeah, that was another just pickup, I guess, that I was pleasantly surprised with. It's been really fun working with him, and even just like playing solo queue, hanging out with him. Like he's a super fun dude. So I think he's a player that people like can be excited to watch coming into next year.
And then again, obviously it's really early, but if this team ends up working out, what kind of, or like performing really well, what kind of play style or like just general in-game performance do you think you guys are going to have? Like, what are the top strengths of this team from a game perspective?
I would say usually when we're doing well, I think our team has a really like fluid playstyle as far as like moving around a lot and trying to help each other. I think that's how a lot of us see the game is. It's like let's just everyone try our best to like help each other, make the game hard for the opponent, and just try to create like a really fast-paced pressure style. So obviously, I think every team wants to try to play like aggressive and like fast, I guess. But I definitely think like our teamwork's probably something that will stand out.
And then with Sneaky's recent announcement, you're the last remaining member of the original C9 team who is still playing. So what is that like for you, and what keeps you motivated to be like to continue playing the game itself at a professional level?
I think there's still a chance Sneaky will play again, so I don't think he's fully done. So I it definitely doesn't feel like I'm just the last man standing in that sense, because I've also taken breaks throughout my career. Like there have been splits where I didn't play. But I'm not sure. I mean, I know all the players from the team are, doing their own thing. They're still doing well. I still keep in contact with everyone. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep playing as long as I can, basically. It's something I've always enjoyed. I feel like it's what I'm passionate about. And as long as, I still feel like it's what I want to do and it's something that I can give all my energy and time to, then I'll just keep competing. So I do, expect, at least hope that Sneaky will play again. But it's actually cool. The place I moved into is like right next door to where he lives now.
Oh, nice.
So I'll still get to see him and hang out and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm the last one playing for now. So I'll just try to do well to make the boys proud.
All right. Well, all the best to you. Thanks for joining me today. And for more LCS and League of Legends coverage, keep it here on ESPN Esports.